Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about writing algorithms. And writing algorithms is just a way to use regular plain language to program. It's basically saying I'm going to write a simple set of instructions and I'm going to convert that to code. In this particular example, we're going to use Python, but you can use any language you want. You can use JavaScript or Java, anything you want. Algorithms work the same. Simple. So I'm going to show you some examples and let's get started. So why don't we begin by writing an algorithm, and I'm going to use Python for this. So I'm going to start with comments in Python comments, begin with the hashtag. So why don't we build this simple program or simple algorithm to say, why don't we ask the user what their favorite food is, and if the food is equal to an apple, say I like apples too. Okay, so we'll say the first line, we'll say ask the user for their favorite food and save it as fav food. There we go. All today. And then on the second line, I like to put two spaces. I'll say if the user says apple, then print I like apples too. And if they don't like apples, we'll just say else for everything else. Print that is a good food too. Okay, so this is simple. We haven't written any code yet, and why don't we translate this now into actual code? So here we are. Let's begin by first converting this line. Ask the user for their favorite food and save it as fav food. And if you've looked through my programming Python lessons, you should know how to do this, but if not, it's okay. So I'm gonna let's look at this part. Save it as fav food. All right. There's my variable. That's how I save it. And we're going to ask the user for their favorite food. Okay. Well, that's an input. What is your favorite food? Well, that's great. We've kind of tackled this first one already. Let's look at the second part. If the user says apple, then prints I like apples too. Well, then it's a general if statement. If the fav food, that's what the user said, is equal to apple, and then we'll print I like apples too. Print I like apples too. That's great. Now, some of you might see the simple syntaxing error by saying, well, what if they do an uppercase or lowercase? And for the sake of this, I'll do that. I'll make everything lowercase. And in my algorithm, I'll say, ask the user for their favorite food and save it as fav food. Make sure their answer is lowercase. Again, if you've gone through my Python videos, then you should understand the difference in syntax between upper and lowercase. Okay. Now, why don't we go to the else statement, and we'll say else. Well, what is the else asking? Print that is a good food. All right. That is a good food too. Why don't we save it, run it? What is my favorite food? Banana. That's a good food too. Great. Let's try it again. What is my favorite food? Apple. I like apples too. So you can see how something really simple as writing just a few lines of comments is really an algorithm. You've written a program out that does exactly what you want it to do. And I think this is the best way to get started, especially when you're writing code, is maybe just kind of write out an algorithm of what you want this thing to do. A lot of programmers tend to start, and I remember when I first started, I started writing code like, okay, I need to create variables and I need to create this. But I totally missed the point. The point was to create the algorithm first to say, what is this thing supposed to do and how I'm going to handle all the inputs and outputs. Does that make sense? I hope so. So, that was easy, right? If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please do so. I really would love your support. If you have comments or questions, you can drop them below. I'll take a look at them and answer them the best I can. Till then, I'll see you later. Bye.